Welcome to Nebraska en route to Wyoming. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a wee bit tired. I'm just picking up Adam at the airport here in Lincoln. I've been driving for about 4.5 hours. It's 11 o'clock, so I left home just a little after 6 this morning. Now we can go right on over to eastern Wyoming, about another 5 hours, and we can begin our mule deer hunt right here in October. And man, we're gonna be hunting with the guys from Infinite Outdoors. So Sam, the whole crew there. They've got a great little app. One of the Sam Brunner, is actually gonna come in and spend at least an evening with us and have dinner. He may even spend a couple days out on the ranch with us, but this is a DIY mule deer hunt. We've got access to one of the properties on their app, and we're gonna have some fun, man. Afternoon number 1 here, and we are walking out. We've got a guest here, star guest. Well, Sam Brunner from Infinite Outdoors came and joined us for the afternoon. We're just gonna cruise around. We're gonna check out hopefully about half the ranch this evening on the south side. Like I said, we're up on a big plateau, and we've got this rim that works all the way around, and you're surrounded by ag pivots everywhere. And we saw several good deer and lots of deer right down below us here last night. So the wind's not ideal. It's kind of blowing across our face and a little bit across our back, to be honest with you. But hopefully we'll be high enough it won't booger us up too much. And just get where we can kind of peek down in and try to put eyeballs on deer, hopefully. We saw 4 bucks, and I would say that it's a mix of a couple 1-year-olds, 1.5-year-olds, maybe a 2-year-old, maybe a 3-year-old, or maybe 2 more 2-year-olds. But good deer, just not quite what we're looking for. They're just over the edge on the neighbor's property too, but seem to be pretty content. Other than the first one we saw, he's made another half mile, 3/4 mile towards the corn pivot down here in the bottom. So we're just gonna keep cruising along, trying to put eyeballs on all these little spots and see what else we might put eyeballs on. I'm still kind of curious, kind of like Sam said, I'm curious if there's not another buck in that mix that we just aren't seeing. But we'll know. We can see that spot. Should be able to see it pretty good all the way along here. So just move along and see what we can find. Man, we saw 10 bucks probably. As we kind of lost count here at the end and just had another real good buck pop out. And it's kind of what we were looking for. So I think what we'll probably do is tomorrow morning, we'll probably get back up here in the rocks and just get us a good high point and see what comes back up into the drainages here. But nice first day, man. There's a ton of deer around here. There's no doubt about that. It's just finding the right one. And we had 2 pretty salty candidates there right at the last 30 minutes of daylight. So it's gonna be a fun week. Beautiful, beautiful, even though it's smoky, beautiful view right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, when you're out in wide open spaces like this, having good glass is pivotal. And I would tell you that in most cases, it will make or break your hunt. You don't have good glass to be able to survey the land with, glass that you can count on, glass that gives you the extra 15 minutes of daylight in the morning or the extra 15 minutes of daylight in the evening. And it's not science, but I will tell you, it's bro science that it will change the success rate of your hunt. So get you some good glass. If you're coming out west, good high def lenses. Make sure that your coatings are good. Make sure that your eye relief on them is good, because that's going to be equally as important. You're going to spend a ton of time behind your glass, so you want to make sure it's comfortable. Good glass is a necessity. Had a nice hunt this morning. Saw a ton of deer, but most of them were down in the flats and took plenty of time to get back up this way. I think we kind of quit around 9:30, 10 o'clock finally. There's a group of bucks down in here that we lost them on their way up. Well, we had a nice little morning watching a good group of bucks, and they all started filtering up this way, and we thought that we were probably going to have them come right up into our lap. And we did lose a couple of them right down here below us. Never saw them come around, never saw where they bedded. And then the rest of them actually cut up out of the cornfield with the exception of 2 bucks that stayed in. And they got to a bend right down here, but unfortunately they're still not quite where we need them. Cruising around, just checking out some new spots. We are thinking about giving those deer that we've been watching a break this evening because of the fact that we watched them all bed down, and we're probably going to watch them stand back up and walk right back to where we saw them come from this morning. So we're just cruising around, checking out some other public land pieces and opportunities. Well, we're on our way back to our piece of public that we found, and there's there's a buck right there, and there's a piece of walk-in on the way that's very close to it on the same drainage system, and there's a whole bunch of winter wheat that they've planted, obviously probably in the last 3 weeks, and it's come up, and sure enough, we pulled into the corner and there's 6-7 mule deer, and we came up over the hill and there's 5 antelope right there. So really we're thinking that this is probably going to be a pretty good area. It kind of seems to be off the beaten path, and looks like that might be the case. All right, I'm gonna answer. Sam's behind us. Hey,
is that what it feels like to have deer on property you can hunt?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Man, that feels good. I like that.
I like it. Our prediction was right, wasn't it?
This is what was yours. You called it, man. They're gonna come up here in these fields.
Winter wheat. Now we just need one with antlers.
That's right. So, God, who knows if there was one just on the other side of that fence?
Yeah, man. Well, it may be worth checking out. I mean, if we get over here and we don't see any deer movement, we can come back here and still put eyes on the majority of this place. And if we need to try to make a move, we can make a move.
Sound good. I like it.
Sweet.
The neighbor drove over, kind of turned around there at the end of their property and went back, and we thought they were kind of being cordial. He drove back about 150 yards, and he parked the Ranger, turned the Ranger off, walked out, and there's no way he hasn't seen us. They were looking right at us, but he decides he's going to relieve himself and do so by facing us while he did so. Oh man, I have a lot of non-residents that come hunt the state of Missouri. Some of them goofier than others, but I've never felt the need to go on ahead and expose and relieve myself when they're hunting where they can be hunting, you know. But all good. It's what it is.
We put our eyes on this for quite a while, and of course, there's a good chance that pretty much the majority of stuff could be boogered over this way with the neighbors coming and taking a look. But we've seen 4 does, 1 buck, 2 does, 3 does, so 9 total that we've seen. Something like that. Yeah, 9 total. All mule deer. And then we saw earlier at what appeared to be 4 deer way on down the drainage, which I've not seen them again, but they could have got spooked by the neighbors driving right down the drainage. So we're sitting here watching the deer from this morning, and they're getting up on their feet and they're starting to feed, and it's like hard to tell which way they're going at this point because they're down below a cliff. You can't really tell if they're going to go up and above. But I just kind of turn around and look back at the field that we have permission to hunt this piece of public, and sure enough, there's a stinking deer, and there's 2 deer, and sure enough, they're both bucks. So we're gonna go on ahead, we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna take our time, and we're gonna scoot out across the fence and try to get up on these deer and see how close we can get. The only bad thing is that we're gonna have to we're gonna be walking along the fence kind of exposed, so we're gonna have to just do our best to stay low and take our time and move on them when they're turning the other way and feeding, and maybe we'll get lucky. The trouble is that the wind has this to it, so you gotta make sure that the wind, if it blows like this, right now it's in our face.
Not doing it. Not doing it. I may regret it, but I won't. That's our last morning here in Wyoming, and we were on the other side of this field last night. I had a couple nice 3-year-old bucks that were out in the field ahead of us. Decided to pass on those bucks, just knowing that we had one more full day of hunting left, and that we had just prior to them been watching a couple bucks that were over 160s and just right there in the area. Could have gone either way. So this morning what we're going to do is we're going to sit and watch this field and just make sure that that group of deer didn't end up coming to a different part of it that we couldn't see, or that there aren't other deer on this field. It's a great big wheat field. So we'll see what we see. We've seen deer on this field the last 2 days. If there's nothing on this field here, first 15-20 minutes of daylight, we're going to go on ahead and we're going to cruise back around. We're going to go to where we started yesterday, where we first spotted those big bucks. Try to knock on the door of the neighbors again and get permission, and hopefully that works. We'll see. See what the morning brings as the sun rises, and we can see what's out here in the field. All right, there's a big group of does right here. Don't see the bucks, but there's a couple folds here, and they could be in between us and them. So we're just going to go on ahead and go past them and see if we can't. I was just trying to make sure that they weren't out here somewhere where we saw them yesterday. All right, let's go on ahead. They don't seem to be bothered by us. We're going to go on ahead and cruise by them, just see what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Going ahead and walk out over here and just try to get in a spot where we can see a good bit more. All right, so here's the deal. It's 7:42 right now. In about 10 minutes, I'm gonna walk over to their house, or walk to the truck and then go over to their house. I'm gonna knock on the door. It looks like both vehicles are there. I'm just gonna wait till 8 o'clock. I don't want to be knocking on somebody's door before 8 o'clock. And I'll ask for permission. Those deer are right in the middle of their fields right now. So we'll see what happens. You can't not go ask at this point. I already knocked once. All right, I went and talked to the neighbors, and nice folks, good ranching folks. Woo! And they've given us permission to hunt all of this ground for the rest of the day. So we got a long ways to go yet just to get to them, let alone to get in shooting range. But we have access, we have permission. Let's go see what we can do. Need to cut about another 900 to 1,000 yards, and we should be in a pretty good spot. It looks like there's enough of a low swag that CRP is going to keep us hidden down below their level. Wind should still be pretty good, so we're just going to go straight at them and see what we can get done here. See where those cows, those 2 cows are right off in the distance. Yeah, okay. Just to the left of that, there's a big dark bush right on the edge of the green. They're just over that ridge right there. Yep, right in the middle. Yep. Okay. Yep. Get ready. Just a second, soon. Ready? Dang it. Good hit, baby. Good hit. Good hit. I can't get a shot on him right now. Everything's behind him. Just a second. There we go. Go down, buddy. Go down. Oh, dude. We passed a buck. I'm shaking so bad right now. I hate to be a prototypical hunting guy, but DIY in Wyoming, and we passed a nice buck last night. And I just had it in my gut that I needed to pass that deer. I don't know why. Sometimes you get that feeling. We just put like a 2-mile stock on these deer. We had an antelope spook, and one of the bucks went right into the middle of them and started chasing them. I can see them right there, and started chasing them around and spooked them just a little bit, and they went over the hill from us. We just filled our tag in Wyoming, and it's my biggest mule deer yet. Ooh. Good golly. Oh man, that second shot was a lung shot, no doubt about it. Buddy, what a deer. What a deer, man. Oh, what a beautiful deer. Good Lord. I'm gonna set him down for just a second because he's bleeding. There's a lung shot. And just pay some respect to him. This is an outstanding deer. Last night, about 1.5 miles that way, we passed a nice deer, And I've shot deer like that, and I don't know, I just had that feeling like that wasn't the deer that we were supposed to shoot. And man, we ended up coming back down here. We'd seen this deer and another real nice buck. And we came back down this morning, got eyeballs on them again. And I told Adam, I said, I'm gonna go ask the landowner permission. We talked to him yesterday just for a short bit, and they were real nice folks. And I'm speechless, man. This is my biggest mule deer by far, hands down. Oh, Lordy, 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 what a beautiful deer. We have been so fortunate. This is the full 5 days. This is the morning of the 5th day. I can't think of a better way to end an outstanding trip. The guys from Infinite Outdoors hosted us. Thank you to Tony Stoddard that they hooked us up with. The deer were close by, they just weren't there. And the guys at Infinite, we used the app and the map to find some other properties and just go check them out, and ended up, we've located this deer. And man, did it turn out. We just stayed after it. Buddy, hey, you guys know what we say here at the Give and Right. You know, never apologize for who you are. Never apologize for your God-given right to hunt. Be thankful for it, man, and go out and exercise it in beautiful places like Wyoming. Holy smokes, man. Holy smokes.